Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Suzanne on God, Crochet, and Chatter. I live in Rochester, Michigan, and it's a beautiful day here again today. I'm enjoying our summer so far. All right, how's everybody doing? Are you praising the Lord? Are you praying? Are you praying until something happens? I hope so, because that's when things really start happening in our lives. Today, we're going to talk about the divided kingdom. Now, we know that a divided kingdom cannot stand against itself. It will crumble and it will fall, as we will see when we study today. Oh, it's been exciting starting our journey in 1 Kings, learning about how the kingdom was split and what that's all about. When I first studied many years ago in my younger days, when I got to 1st and 2nd Kings, I kind of was good king, bad king, good king, bad king. What's wrong with these people? They need to slap upside their head. And I didn't understand how all these bad kings kept popping up and how the people followed them and were led astray. I guess it still puzzles me to this day. Yet, I have to ponder, are there days in my life that I didn't walk justly with our God, where I didn't fully commit to His commandments and His words? Yes, indeed. In my younger years of Christianity, when I was wet behind the ears, I made a lot of mistakes. But those mistakes also came with a lot of growth, which I'm so thankful for to this very day. So let's get started. First of all, thank you so much for your comments. I do appreciate them so much. I like being encouraged. I like to know that these devotions are touching your heart and giving you a fresh look at the scriptures. And first of all, let's start out with our trivia question, as we always do. This was, which of the 7 vial bowls prepared the way for the kings of the east in Revelation? And that was the 6th bowl. Very good on that. Today's question is very easy. We've already studied this. Name the great-grandmother of David. Oh, that's an easy one, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm just so excited about today. I got the love of Jesus in my heart, and it's great to be alive and to be seeing the great revival turning back to Jesus and to the church. It's been a long time coming, and I believe there is going to be a great revival. I believe that God will heal our land, and I am so looking forward to that. All right, let's get to our studies, and then I'll tell you about my not done item that's a surprise in my shawl. You'll understand when I get there. All right, let's start out with this. We read 1 Kings 11 through 14. Tomorrow, chapters 15 through 18. And this information will always be in the drop-down box below for you to refer to. I was so glad that I put these in, because when I went in the hospital, you could still, kind of try to follow along, and then we decided we're just going to start where we left off, which was a great idea, everyone. Thank you for that. Solomon's wives. All right, Solomon loved many foreign women. The Lord warned, you must not intermarry with them. They will turn your heart after other gods. His wives led him astray. Solomon's heart was not fully devoted to God. Even though Solomon had all this wisdom, we will see in our future study in Ecclesiastes, he gets down and realizes what is the true things in life that we should adhere to, that all his riches and all his splendor are not, and to love God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind was the way to go. That will be a great study. Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord in spite of all his wisdom. Sometimes people can have head knowledge, but they don't have heart knowledge. And sometimes it's that heart knowledge that helps us do the right thing, our conscience. And we must not sear our conscience against the heart. And this Holy Spirit will guide us into the things that are contained in the Word so that we are on the right path. And we all want to be on the right path. Because of Solomon's attitude, God would tear away the kingdom from him. And this was to happen after he died. He would tear it out of the hand of his son. Now we're going to talk about Rehoboam and Jeroboam. They were both kings reigning in Israel's divided kingdom. Rehoboam was one of Solomon's sons and king of Judah in the south. Jeroboam was one of Solomon's former officials and king of Israel in the north. Remember when God said that he would raise one up from his administration to go against him? I'm not going to pronounce this right, but I'm going to try. Ahijah told Jeroboam that God would take 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel away from Solomon's son, Rehoboam, and give them to Jeroboam. Solomon's house had forsaken God and worshipped idols. Jeroboam would be king on a conditional promise that he walk in obedience. Solomon tried to kill Jeroboam, who fled to Egypt. Then after Solomon died, his son Rehoboam became king. Jeroboam returned to Egypt. Rehoboam was vain and very foolish, and he laid heavy taxes on the people. Remember when he asked the elders, and he got their advice not to tax the people more heavily? It was a great burden as is. And the young bucks, the young people of his own age, steered him in the direction, yeah, lay heavier taxes upon them. Yeah, that'll do it. It was not a wise thing to do, and he listened to people closer to his age than seeking out the godly wisdom of the elders. Sometimes we make that mistake today, don't we? We seek out counsel from people, maybe our old age, especially when we're younger, and we don't put much importance on the things that the old folks say. Well, if we did that, if we listen to those that are older and wiser among us, oh, the misery, the pain, the heartache that would save us in this life. And we must be conscious of that. Well, the people rebelled against the king and made Jeroboam king. Jeroboam feared that if the people traveled to the temple in Jerusalem to worship, they would return to Rehoboam. So he set up idol worship. Jeroboam chose idolatry, and the prophet Ahijah to him that his family would not endure. So the prophet said, your family will not endure because you've done this. And that was the word from the Lord. Can you imagine, saying, yeah, I'm going to set up all these idols in this so that you don't go over to Jeroboam or Rehoboam. Wow. Jeroboam and Rehoboam were turning people away from God. We will see good and bad kings over Judah. Now, can you imagine facing God on Judgment Day and you had turned people away from him to foreign gods, to paganism, to Wicca, to witchcraft, to all these things that are going on, and you better duck, because God isn't going to be pleased, and it will condemn one to hell. The schism that occurred during the days of Rehoboam and Jeroboam was the end of a united Israel. There was continual warfare between them, and for centuries afterwards, we're going to see this warring between them. When the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ, reigns in his millennial kingdom, all hostility, all jealousy, all conflict among the tribes will be put to rest. Oh, isn't that great? During the time that, Jesus descends and lives among us, there'll be no more hostility, jealousy, pain. Jesus is the author and finisher of our great faith. That's a great place to be. And I am so thrilled because I want to see you there. And I hope you want to see me there also, so we can meet face to face one day. Won't that be fantastic? And we can tell the old story. All right, everyone. That's the devotion for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do have a little side devotional. I am your great reward. Now, this kind of fits in with our studies today. It is not to the great or famous that I give my reward, but to the faithful. The world will celebrate those who walk in step with the current trends, but I celebrate those who take my hand and walk with me in holiness. Quiet followers who cherish my word and follow my ways. These are the ones who will see my hand of favor. Some follow me out of duty, others out of curiosity. But you, my chosen ones, follow me out of delight. Take my hand and be faithful in all things, for I am your great reward. I am the rewarder of those who faithfully seek me. The world's reward fades away, yet my eternal joy draws you in and settles your heart. No one will take this joy from you. Hold it fast and let it refresh you this day. Glimpses of eternity fasten your heart to me and not to this world. Fasten our hearts to Jesus, not to this world. Glimpses of eternity fashion your heart to me. Your faithfulness will be celebrated for all eternity. It's not to fame that I've called you, but to faithful, quiet, and forever longings after me. I am enough for you, my child. I am your exceeding great reward. Without faith living within us, it would be impossible to please God. For we come to God in faith knowing that He is real and that He rewards the faith of those who seek all their passion and strength into seeking Him. Hebrews 11:6. And I think Hebrews 11:6, if Solomon would have realized that early on, it would have saved him a lot of grief. But he wraps it up beautifully in Ecclesiastes when he has that light bulb click on and he realizes the most important thing is to love the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind. And love the Lord with all your heart and soul and mind, and love your neighbor. Yes. Isn't that great? Love the Lord with all your heart and soul and mind. I love that. I can't help it. I just love it. I love everything about God's Word. I love coming on here every day and studying. I love to just be joyful in my heart and smile and talk about the love of Jesus, the joy of Jesus, and the settlement He brings to my heart. All right, everyone, that's it for the devotion today. Now, the surprise square that I was going to show you, wow, I hit a wall. I've made this square before, and I don't know what I'm missing, but I'm going to get it right. I'm determined, and hopefully I'll have it to show tomorrow. I'm not going to promise anything anymore because sometimes things happen and I can't deliver, and I don't want to look bad and not promise what I say I'm going to promise. So I'm going to give it another go. I'm writing it out step by step. Once I get it, I'll have it. I've made this like a lot. In my granddaughter's Afghan I made her for her marriage, I put some of these heart squares throughout it. And boy, right now I'm just drawing a complete blank. It's like nobody's home. So pray for me that the light bulb turns back on and I can get to it. All right, everyone. You have a blessed day, a blessed evening, wherever you are. Lord willing, I will see you back on God Crochet and Chatter tomorrow. Bye, everyone.